So that was something. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my review of Netflix's latest film, The Power of the Dog, starring Benedict Cumberbatch. Charismatic rancher Phil Burbank inspires fear and awe in those around him. When his brother brings home a new wife and her son, Phil torments them until he finds himself exposed to the possibility of love. So before I give you guys my thoughts on this movie, make sure to hit that like button, comment your thoughts down below, as well as your expectations if you have not seen the movie yet. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future reviews just like this one. So right out of the gate, I'll talk about some positives that I do have with this movie. I want to highlight Benedict Cumberbatch's performance. He obviously carries this movie on his back, and he is going to get nominated for an Oscar, rightfully so. He plays a very intimidating character who does instill fear in other characters in this movie, but at the same time, he has a very hidden past, a very mysterious past, and we see that kind of come back to haunt him throughout the runtime of this movie. Benedict Cumberbatch does a great job of portraying inner struggle so well, and we see that in various scenes throughout the movie. Also, the score is great in this movie. I feel like it's also a character, as it creates such an eerie vibe, because it really does enhance the tension in a lot of scenes throughout the movie. I could definitely see this getting a nomination for Best Original Score at the Oscars. And it goes without saying, The Power of the Dog is a gorgeously shot film that's really just beautiful, and I love when movies just capture the beauty of nature. I think The Power of the Dog does that really well, as you get these gorgeous sunrises and sunsets against the background of the plains. The colors pop in this movie. It might get a cinematography nomination, I'm not sure, but there's a lot to highlight when it comes to just the shot selection in this movie. But now that I got that out of the way, it's safe to say The Power of the Dog is not my cup of tea. It's a movie that is deeply symbolic and metaphorical, and while that is a lot of people's thing, and a ton of people will probably eat that up, as you can dive into a bunch of hidden meanings throughout this and really read into the hidden text of the movie, that's not something that I personally enjoyed with this one, as it kind of made it difficult to connect with. I felt the runtime really bogged the movie down as well, so because I was losing interest, I didn't really have a desire to go research or really dive into these hidden meanings the movie had to offer. I wish I was a lot more invested in the story than I was, and while there are great performances not only from Benedict Cumberbatch but from Jesse Plemmons and Kirsten Dunst, I just couldn't really get invested with the characters and what they were doing. I thought the movie was really building up to an event or a moment of like the tension snapping, or a moment where everything was going to kind of come full circle and there was going to be this climactic moment in the movie where I was like, okay, the wait is worth it. The slow burn tension built up to something that I felt was rewarding, and I never really got that moment with this movie. I definitely respect the filmmaking and the vision from Jane Campion, and I know this is also a novel. I have not read the book, and again, there's a lot of underlying themes that are present in this movie. They just didn't really land with me. By the end of the movie, it kind of just felt like typical Oscar bait pretentiousness, and it's not something that I really ever want to go back and watch again. Because of my lack of interest in this and just the characters in general, I was never really fully invested in the story, so I didn't really care about anything that was happening on screen. Again, it was beautifully shot, the score was very eerie, and I respect that. And Benedict Cumberbatch's performance is great, but aside from that, there is not a lot for me to take home from this movie. I know a lot of people are loving this one, especially some critics have rated it very highly. I could see it getting nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars because, like I said, I feel like this movie is made for like the high-class Oscar voters who really like to eat up this kind of movie, but simply put, it's just not for me. I totally respect the filmmaking. I understand it's a well-made movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just not something I enjoyed. So I'm going to give The Power of the Dog 3 out of 5 stars, a movie that I probably will forget about fairly shortly, aside from the pretty remarkable performance from Benedict Cumberbatch at times. I would love to see him do more dramatic roles like this one, aside from Doctor Strange. But that's going to do it for my review of The Power of the Dog. Definitely let me know what you guys think of this movie in the comments down below. Did you love it? Is it one of your favorites of the year? Or did you find it to be fairly underwhelming like I did? Let me know that in the comments down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future reviews of Netflix movies, movies in general, all that good stuff. Thank you guys again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.